5 steps to improve emotional intelligence. So we already know that people with high emotional intelligence are more likely to get hired, promoted, and earn better salaries, and it simply influences happiness and well-being. But what really is emotional intelligence, and can you increase yours? The answer is yes. In this video, let's find out why emotional intelligence is important and how you can increase it with 5 simple steps. If you don't already know, emotional intelligence helps you understand your emotions and everybody around you. A high IQ helps you build better relationships, reduce stress, improve job satisfaction, and impact your physical and mental health. Overall, it can help you achieve greater success in life. David Goleman, a psychologist and an advocate for the use of emotional intelligence, defines it as being made up of 5 key areas. These are self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. We're going to talk about 5 everyday practices to crush these 5 key areas. Step 1, improve your self-awareness. The first step to increasing your emotional intelligence is to understand your own emotions better. By doing so, you can learn how to manage them and control the way they impact you and those around you. To improve your self-awareness, start by becoming more aware of the way you react to different situations. Think about a time when you felt angry or frustrated and make a note of how you reacted. What was going through your mind? How were you feeling physically? How did this affect other people around you? Think about what could have made this situation easier for you to handle. Another way of doing this is simply paying attention. Pay attention to how you feel when you're experiencing particular emotions. Take note of what triggered those emotions. If you are not sure what triggered those emotions, pay attention to the situations where they arise most often, as well as what was going on at those times. Ask yourself questions like, what am I feeling right now? How did this emotion start? What things trigger this emotion for me? Is there a pattern here? Does this emotion appear more often in certain situations than others? How could I have responded differently in this situation? Or how might I react if this happens again in the future? Step 2. Try to understand others' perspective. Once you are more aware of your self-awareness, you need to start empathizing with others and understanding their viewpoints. It's easy to get stuck in the quicksand of our own thoughts and emotions and find it challenging to pull ourselves out. When we do, we are more likely to view the world through a limited lens, a world where we can see only our own beliefs and values. However, by taking the time to recognize our own perspectives, we can expand them by understanding others. This is called perspective taking, and it's a skill that can be learned over time. So, how do you take someone else's perspective? Well, first, listen, really listen, without interruption or judgment. Don't just wait for your turn to talk. Next, consider why they feel the way they do about their position or topic. What is their history? How does it differ from yours? How has it shaped their beliefs? Have they had experiences you haven't? Third, try to understand what they are thinking. What are their ideas? Why do they believe them? What's prompting these thoughts? Finally, think about how they arrived at their conclusions and how similar they are to your own process. By doing so, you are not only empathizing with others, but you are also expanding your own horizons of perspective. Step 3. Learn to communicate effectively. Communication is one of the most important skills that you need to succeed in the workplace or anywhere else. If you want to be an expert, you need to be effective at all points in the communication process, from sender through to receiver, and you must be comfortable with the different channels of communication. Communication is a two-way street. It involves both verbal and nonverbal skills. Effective communication is about understanding emotions, as well as the intentions behind the information exchanged. It is about mutually expecting the same thing from both sides. Nonverbal skills include engaged listening, making eye contact, and being aware of body language, whereas verbal skills include using an appropriate tone of voice, active listening, i.e., asking questions to clarify, and summarizing what you have heard so far. The first step to improving your communication skills is to evaluate how you are doing. Consider how you are at communicating with your boss, colleagues, customers, family members, or friends, even your pets. Ask these questions to understand where you need improvements. How am I at active listening? Do I ask questions when I don't understand? Do I summarize what I have heard to make sure I understood correctly? Are there times when I should have asked questions but didn't? Step 4. Build powerful connections. Developing connections can be a challenge if you are naturally shy or introverted. but it's worth the effort. Connecting with other people increases your emotional intelligence, which has many benefits, including better relationships and more successful careers. So if you are someone who doesn't like to speak a lot, you can begin first by listening, showing interest, and making others feel comfortable. Doing so might be easier for introverted people than it is for extroverts who tend to enjoy speaking first. However, no matter what your personality type is, showing that you care is going to help you build connections. Another great way to achieve this is by being relatable and coming out of your comfort zone. Because real connections are made when we begin to reveal our own vulnerabilities and weaknesses. In fact, most people can relate to being human because we all have flaws. When we are willing to share our own imperfections with others, they often feel more comfortable sharing their own as well. You don't have to share all your flaws at once, but if you want to develop a connection with someone quickly, you can use vulnerability as a way of opening up the floodgates for them. Try this. Think about some things about yourself that make you feel vulnerable and then be willing to share them with others. For example, you can say you were really nervous about making a presentation or something like that. By doing so, you feel closer or more connected with people. Step 5. Master your emotional management. Managing and modifying your emotions can help you improve your emotional intelligence. It's the ability to manage your emotions so they are appropriate for a given situation. It means being aware of what you are feeling and the effect of those feelings on others and taking responsibility for your own emotions. So, how do you modify and balance your emotions? To start with, if you are in a situation where it's getting out of control, take a step back and try to understand what is going on. It can be difficult to make sense of things when emotions are high, but taking some time to relax and process the situation will allow you to approach it with a clear mind. Another method is to completely redirect your attention. Go for a walk, do some exercise, play with your pets, anything that helps you release some of the tension and stress. Doing so allows you to regain a more balanced perspective. Once this happens, you can then return your focus back to the issue at hand. And finally, reframing the experience is a great way of practicing emotional management. This means looking at an issue from a different angle or in a new light to reinterpret what is happening. Reframing allows you to see things in a broader way and from other perspectives, which is crucial for emotional intelligence. There you go. These are some of the most powerful ways to increase your emotional intelligence.
Thank you for watching this right to the end. Now is time to hear from you. So our question today is, what is your favorite method to improve emotional intelligence from the video? Leave a comment below and we'll be sure to follow up with you. Thanks for watching. It is Manuj Aggarwal reminding you that if you want to change your future, take action and take action now. If you enjoyed this video and feel it is valuable, subscribe to my channel, like this video and share it with your friends. Don't forget to click the button on the screen for an awesome gift. Thanks again for watching.